This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.
We are back with Melvin Stokes, our personal chef at Chef Tony's Kitchen, based out of Iowa City, Iowa. He's joining us again today to talk more about, the fact he's here helping you. He wants to help you improve your health, your life, your well-being. And yes, that's through diet, that's through lifestyle, that's through nutrition, and of course, the amazing food that he can help you brew up. So he's here joining us again today. We're excited to talk to him, not only about the work he's doing, but even about some fad diets, maybe some variety and meal planning, and also some of his recipes. Welcome back to the show. How are you?
I'm doing great, Jill. How are you?
I'm fantastic, sweetheart. Pleasure to have you here and excited to talk more, starting with our fad diets today. But before we get started, if you're new to the show, we're talking all about functional nutrition for a healthier, happier you. And tell us just a little bit about what you do with your counseling, your meal planning, and so much more.
Well, again, I retired. I went to culinary school. I worked with veterans before I retired, teaching them how to improve their health and well-being through diet and lifestyle. And I think that love of helping my veterans and again, knowing the importance of food or learning how important it is to our bodies. Well, that's why I went to school, and I'm still in school and still growing and still learning. And I just believe if I can learn everything, and I just keep it to myself, then that's really what good is it? I mean, maybe good for me, but I really love sharing the things that I learned that helped me, and maybe can help other people along the way also. So I just enjoy learning and keep learning and growing.
Ah, nice. All right. Well, thank you for being here, for joining us. And it's excited to talk, with you again as a private chef, as a wellness counselor. He does meal planning, he does prep, nutritional counseling. He does so many things. And he's here today to join us to talk more. Let's get started with these fad diets. They're all over the place, right? I've heard about these keto, these Atkins. Let's talk a little bit about that and what this is all about.
Well, quite frankly, I don't prescribe to the fad diets. I basically believe that you eat the rainbow. I mean, there used to be a cereal, eat the rainbow. Well, if you do that with your food, you can achieve the goals that you want. People go on diets, what? Because they want to lose weight. I guess that's the biggest reason, or for health reasons, and again, doctors will give you medication. They will put you on all kinds of drugs to help you to achieve your goals. And I just believe that food is our medicine. Food can feed us, it can take care of us. But it has to be a focus. I tell people, if you, it's about planning. If you don't plan, you're not gonna, you got to plan, especially with your food. Now, that being said, I do want to touch on something here today that's really been close to my heart over these past few days and weeks, because this country right now, we're in a deep freeze. It is cold. Mississippi, they got snow, when it gets that low, and Texas is cold, and west everywhere. We're in a winter vortex, probably the coldest winter I've had experienced in a very long time. And I was going to talk about planning so that you don't have to do the fad diets, but it's hard to plan because you can't plan for everything. We can't plan for this cold. We can't plan for being out of electricity. My heart feels for these people that are actually sitting in their cold, trying to survive. And quite frankly, every plan goes out of the window when it's a matter of survival, all the best made plans. I mean, we didn't plan for this cold. And I guess most people don't. Storms hit, and but I still believe that planning is the key. You in your home, you have to plan, especially in the wintertime. But there are circumstances that happen around us that we are out of control. We are not in control. No matter how hard you plan, um, things happen that are out of our control. Uh, the gentleman that was killed in Minnesota this week, my heart went out because of course I worked in healthcare and ERs and male nurse in ICU. I mean, at a VA too. That another thing that's been. I mean, he didn't plan on getting shot to death, but so I wanted to talk about planning, but sometimes you got to throw the plan out the window, and you have to do what you have to do to survive. And man, in this kind of winter, I just want to caution everyone: be careful. If planning is important, though, you have to kind of, like I said, if you got to go out, you have to make sure that you have resources available. Um, it's just a dire time when so many people are hurting right now because of the cold or whatever. And I just want to caution people that just be careful. You know, as far as meal planning and stuff like that, you still want to focus. You have to focus because if you don't focus, your body's gonna if you don't focus on what you eat and you just eat everything, your body's gonna actually reject it sooner or later. That's all it is because it needs certain stuff, certain nutrients and micronutrients. It needs a lot of stuff. And if we just eat what we see on TV, I mean, of course, we put our kids down in front of the TV and it's a big part of our life now. And all they see is advertisements for stuff that is really not good for them. That's why I said plan on having a variety of things,
Mhm.
fruits and vegetables when you can. Um, I know there's food deserts throughout this country where people actually can't get, the adequate nutrition. All these things concern me, and I don't have an answer for everything. But I do know you got to plan. You have to have when it comes to your health and your wellness, it has to be a focus. Because if it's not your lack of health, it will become a focus. If you don't focus on your health, you're going to focus on your unhealth, whether you want to or not. That's and again, the fad diets. I don't know. I will never tell people what to do, but if you focus on eating a variety of the nutrients and foods and vegetables that you need, foods that feed your body. This week, yesterday, Monday, I made a big old pot of red beans and rice and cornbread for my residents. It was not that hard, and everyone got a nice hot meal on a very cold day. Um, I, that's what I try to do what I can do, and that's making sure they get a good meal every once in a while. That's something I can do. Um, and I love doing it. So again, plan, make health your focus this year for your future. You're never too young and you're never too old. If you have children, you make it a focus to get them proper nutrition, fruits and vegetables. I don't care if they don't like it, you put it there. Okay? They don't eat asparagus.
Eventually, they have to, or you have to bribe them. That's what I have
You
to
got
do sometimes. And
you got
some,
to thrive,
and
you
put them
know.
around their friends and others who eat those things, and then they'll be like, "Oh, okay, if they're eating it, I'll eat it." That's what I've learned.
Look, asparagus. I know a lot of kids say, "Oh, I don't like them things." Well, I keep a bottle of pickled asparagus here now because they're so easy to make and they're so good for you. And
No,
if I just need a snack, I'll eat me a couple of, pickled asparagus. And it's fermented, so it's good for your gut. And then it's healthy, Uh, again, you got to focus on trying to be healthy, else your body will make you focus on dealing with your illnesses.
darn right.
the thing is, set it, being mindful of you having a variety in your meal planning. Again, you really got to plan because if you
Mm-hmm.
don't plan, you're going to eat whatever you have. That's you got a bag of chips, you're going to grab a bag of chips. You got to, you're going to grab something that is not going to feed your body adequately. We're all guilty of it because we're all human. And if you don't focus on it, it becomes a habit. And then all the health conditions, the weight, I don't care what kind of fad diet you're on. I mean, and how many people stay on a fad diet forever? If you're vegan, you need certain supplements because you're missing certain proteins and things that you normally get. If you're doing a keto diet, all of not that they're bad, but in some cases you still are missing something. And by maintaining that variety, eat the rainbow and try new things. Just because you've never had an eggplant, oh, I don't like that. Well, a lot of people say I don't like something and have never tried it.
Mm-hmm.
And I always say I'll try anything once. I mean, if it's unless it's really bad for you. But as far as fruits and vegetables, that I try to actually try different things just that I've never tried. Get in there and pull up a recipe and create something, and you might find that you like it. It's not that hard. Food is
Yeah.
good. Vegetables are good. And you can, through seasonings and stuff, you can make it taste good. You can make shoe leather taste good if if you season it right. But no, try the variety, focus on keeping a variety of things available, so you don't get bored. I mean, because if
Yeah.
we eat chicken every day, eventually you're gonna get tired of chicken, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could take one chicken, you could roast it, or you can use it to make a stock. Then you can take the meat and make a soup, and then you can take whatever's left and make a pot pie. Three different recipes from the same exact preparation, one chicken, and you could feed your family on that for several days, and every meal will be different. You know,
Mm-hmm.
variety is the spice of life. That's what they say, and it really is. Nobody wants to eat the same thing. Actually, my father I think he was a exception. He had his oatmeal with bananas every morning. I don't know for how many years. I said, don't you get tired of the same thing all the time? But he was an older guy, but he religiously believed in eating his oatmeal every morning. And I don't know. I got to change up. I get tired of the same thing every day. And most people will. They need variety. I don't care how much you like pancakes. You don't want them every day. So
Nope.
that's where the plan comes in, the foresight. Look ahead at least about a week, at least a week to see, okay, what are we going to do for food this week? You know, if you're traveling, what arrangements do we need to make sure that we have stuff? Uh, Life is about a plan. And
Yeah.
if you don't plan, well, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Yeah.
You got you got to know where you're going, especially when it comes to your health and your wellness and your safety. And safety is, like I said, again, this cold weather snap is hurting a lot of people. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, man, you got to plan. If you stuck out in the road and you didn't plan to be stuck on the road in this kind of weather, you could die. And I think
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how many people have died as a result of this winter vortex or whatever they're calling it.
Yep.
But you got to be careful with your life, how you live your life, and the choices you make. I
So
try
true.
to make good choices. I uh, Even going back when I was considering being an X-ray tech, I made a list of the jobs that I think I could do,
Mm-hmm.
the pros and the cons, and I chose X-ray, and it turned out it was a very good choice for me. Um, I finished, and I didn't want to. I didn't want to just quit. So I went to school and now I'm loving cooking. I'm actually I'm making a cake today. We're doing cakes this week. I'm learning how to do chocolate. I made a trifle last week for class and shared it with some of my neighbors. Um, like a like a parfait. It has a chocolate mousse with vanilla with coconut cream with strawberries. It was excellent.
Yeah,
And you know, so anyway, but the main thing is especially you have to plan your life.
absolutely.
And when you have kids, you really have to plan for them until they can make their own choices.
Oh my gosh, it's so true. It really is so true. I'm dealing with it on a daily basis. Yeah, but you also need that variety. You got to switch it up, which I love because, variety is something. I'm a bland person. I eat pasta, I eat chicken, I eat the same things every day. And I don't know anyone else like me at all because I just like what I like. But I love the same foods. And if I go to the restaurant, I always eat the same food. I'm never experimental. I really am not. But I'm an exception to the rule. I made rice and beans the other night. I did red beans. I did black beans. I did these small little, I don't even know what they're called, white, begins with an H, haba something beans. So I'll take a little risk and like variety that way. But most people need variety in their lives. Like I said, I'm an oddball out. And I think meal planning is so important because at least with me with having children and all, if you can make a meal, store it for the next day, whether no matter what it is, it's so much better because it's always at your fingertips and it prevents people from eating the snack food and junk food in the cabinet if you have a healthy meal already prepared. Do you do that as well a lot?
I do all the time. I again, now I'm trying to actually, I try to plan I plan my meals ahead of time, but I find I get up in the morning and start saying, okay, let me get my dinner on. I mean, I think down in the South, that's what they do. Down South, it's like at 1 o'clock, they got food ready. You know what I mean? Dinner's
Yeah.
already ready. Um, and I find when I don't do that, then I end up rushing or trying to throw something together. So again, I pretty much like to plan while I'm fixing my breakfast to start on my dinner. Get the prep out the way so that then I can just throw it together as later on in the day if need be. Um, but and with kids, it's so important because you got kids, they have a life. They have school, they have after school events, or if they're in athletics, then you got to take them to there, and then you got to come home, and then you got to prepare dinner. And by then it's late, and what, a box of chip mac and cheese or something that from something quick. Well, if you've already planned for that, you can just take it out and heat it up, and dinner's ready in no time at all after whatever event that your children have. Children they take up they are such a great big part of our lives, and we have to plan for them because they can't do it themselves,
Hmm.
as you well know.
Then you also got to be, good at making stuff, which not everybody is, but you have a variety of recipes that you can help share, right?
I do. I do. I sometimes like my assistant or my Amy. She it, it, sh- when you the main thing is you have to make yourself comfortable in your own kitchen. Your kitchen
Mm-hmm.
can't feel like an island or something. It's got to be a place of comfort. Again,
Yeah,
I lot to down south, but we gather around the kitchen while mama's cooking or somebody's cooking, and we talk and we help cook, and that's how a lot of people learn to cook. And but the kitchen, you have to make your kitchen comfortable for you. That was actually for another class, but you have to feel comfortable in your kitchen, meaning whether it be the tools that you have,
mm-hmm.
the proper knives or pots and pans. I mean, it hinders your ability to even explore cooking.
Sure does.
Cooking and food has to be a priority in your life. One of them, okay? Our life is very complex. You have to go to work. You have kids. You have to exercise. You know we you have to a spiritual component. You know where you have to find something to connect with. All these things are important. Are important. Every last one of them. And food is well, food is right on top of the list because our bodies need to be fed, else they will not work. That's
True.
just the bottom line. And I believe that.
It really, really is. And let me ask you, with your variety of recipes and all you do, are you still creating like each and every day? Like, I mean, as a chef, I know you all have these creative minds and you're able to pull from this and pull from that. I mean, how does that work? Because you have a knack for that, and some people don't. So do you offer them the recipes? Are you cooking for them? Are you doing both?
I will give anybody a recipe. But you know what? Believe it or not, Jill, I I've never considered myself a creative person,
Mm-hmm.
and yet now again, that's why I say you're never too old. But I am becoming more creative. The more like with the cakes and the decorating and stuff. And I will share with you a picture of my cake
Sure.
next week. But creativity, it can be developed, and that's kind of something I'm learning even at this stage in my career or my development. I am becoming more creative with meal planning, with everything I do. Again, I think the most important thing is that people say, "Well, I'm too old," or the age is not a factor. The desire is the factor.
Mm-hmm.
You have to find a want to.
Yeah.
And once you find that, um, then you can improve. And again, it doesn't matter how young or how old you are. It doesn't matter what your lifestyle is like. You could be the most busy executive or professional or layperson or whatever. You still got to eat. It
Yep.
has to be a priority in your life, a focus, and that's kind of where I am. Uh, I'm with me. I'm trying to focus on the things that I need. Don't always do the right thing because I'm only human, but I'm trying. And
Yeah.
that's all we do, you know? So,
Hmm. All right. Well, we still got 3 more minutes left in the show. We're able to go a little longer here, which is good because I know we had those issues. But what else do you want people to make sure they know about you?
you know, excitement.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I thought about this. It's like I have never, I mean, I ain't gonna say never. I am extremely excited about what I'm doing now. I'm excited about learning, which I guess helps with the creativity part. I find I'm excited. Like I didn't want to do a podcast. That wasn't. I mean, I don't ever want to be on camera. That's not kind of who I am. But I must thank you because I have enjoyed these sessions, these podcasts with you. And again, I don't know if I'm gonna do them in the future, but I find that sharing, and this is a way to share. And I've also realized that I really want to teach. I
Mm-hmm.
do. I'm looking to set up a class in the spring uh, at a community center and just do a series of teaching basic to culinary classes. I think it's taken me a long time to realize, like I said, I learned not by reading books, but by doing. The military taught me that because that's the way the military teach. You see one, you do one, you teach one. I
Mm-hmm.
did that as a veteran partner working with my veterans. I learned, I shared, and I start to share and teach. I think teaching this year is going to be paramount for me. Find some way to share what little knowledge I have. Uh, Creativity. I think I'm getting better. You said I can't go and get in my kitchen and just. Well, I'm getting better at it. Some things I can, but I watch a lot of cooking shows, obviously. I love to watch Emerald. I think that's what started me actually liking cooking because he made it things that were from New Orleans, but he teaches, he explains things. Like if you make a roux, you got to bring it up to a boil in order for it to concentrate. And before, just things that I'm learning. And when I watch stuff, then I can go, I want to go try it. I want to go do it. So I look, my kitchen is right behind me, is very close. And I love getting in my kitchen and grabbing my knife. Let's go to work. So anyway, get excited about something in your life. I don't care what your age is. You got to find something that excites you and go for it.
Absolutely.
Don't let it stop you. And look, we for everything. I don't care what you want to do. There's going to be an excuse why you either can't or don't.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this last story, and then I'm gonna let you go. When I first went to the VA, I volunteered at an event called the National Disabled Veterans Golf Clinic held here in Iowa City. And I helped blind and legless veterans golf. I stopped playing tennis because I lost my vision in my eyes, so I couldn't see. But then when I saw these blind veterans golfing, these people, veterans with no legs golfing, I said, can't is not ever going to be in my vocabulary, because I've seen veterans, again, how can a blind man golf? It blew my mind. And yet these guys and girls golfed better than, some of them were pros. They were excellent. So don't ever let can't. Again, can't and no, I've actually taken out I try to take out not use, because there's nothing that you can't do if you truly want to. And I guess I'll leave you with that, because I believe in that. I believe in that.
Well, thank you so much for being here, for joining us. How can we contact you?
Oh, Stokes Consulting at gmail.com. My website is www.cheftonyskitchen.com. My phone number is 815-631-1966. And again, I love talk. I believe in what I'm doing, and if somebody just want to call and talk, you know what? I'm here.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day. And to all of our listeners and viewers, stay tuned. We'll be right back after this quick break. And thank you again for being here. Always a pleasure, darling. Bye-bye.
This is the Global Podcast Network, where executives and professionals connect, share, and inspire. Stay tuned for the conversations that drive success.